Hello and welcome to this very special spoiler video with me, Rebecca Gillard, and joined as always by Richard Walker.
Hello.
Hello. And in this video, we're actually playing the decks that we used during the Nationals at the weekend. So we have altered one of them slightly to spoil this new card for you. So even after this card's actually been spoiled, you know, if you want to watch the game, you can sort of see how our decks worked. We both did all right in Nationals, didn't we?
Yeah.
You made the final.
Yeah.
I made top 8.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
As you can see, we're still wearing the same clothes that we're wearing in the finals videos, so...
Yeah, so I must admit that we do make a couple of silly moves in this game. A, to sort of show off the new card a little bit, and also B, we'd just been like playing at Nationals for 2 days straight and come home and then came home and made the spoiler video. So apologies for any little bits that are a bit off.
Yeah, there are some things that you probably deliberately did.
Yes.
To showcase the card a bit.
Yes, which I'll you know, we can discuss them as and when we get to them.
Yeah.
So we do have our setups on the board already. I'm playing Targ HRD Meereen. So of course I only get 4 gold for my setup, and I've managed to put out a Isle of Ravens, a Plaza Pride, a Rose Road, and oh god, which one's this? This one's not Jicky. Which one's this one?
Erie.
Erie, that's it.
That's a really, really good setup. A 4-card setup with 4 gold.
Yeah, I was well chuffed with that. And you've got quite a nice gold setup at least. So you've got a Northern Armoury, Rose Road, Windfall Steward, Shaggy Dog, and Bran. So you've got a really nice setup too, I feel.
Yeah, that should set me up for the game, really, in terms of gold. So I can just focus on my board now.
Yeah. And I mean, you've got, like I say, 2 golds worth on the economy there, plus a steward. So you've got basically 3 extra gold. And you've got your Bran out with a wolf. So that's the perfect start, really.
First no might hurt me, but it hurts you too at this stage.
Yeah.
Although with Aegon and Kotho, you can just jump out thing.
This is true. Opening plots then. We've got Wither and Cold on your side to my Heads on Spikes, which I was told off for because I think Richard had the cards in hand at this point.
There might be a card.
So, yes, yeah. Luckily, I didn't hit the card, but I did hit a card that it would work very well with.
Yeah.
So hitting a Wyman was lovely. You know, to discuss our actual decks, the Meereen House Red Door, going Heads on Spikes first was quite a fun way to open. I managed to get quite a nice few heads on the first turn. Other than that, though, Time of Plenty is probably the other opener that you probably use with this deck. So I think Targ in general, using Meereen, did very well during the tournament.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, the deck basically works mostly with Queensguard, preferably on Drogo. So,
best target.
Yeah, so Heads on Spikes.
Headbanger
Drogo, yeah. And opening Heads on Spikes. Gets a little bit of rush, and also you could hit a key card.
I mean, the only downside to that is you give your opponent power to steal early game.
Yeah, but
then,
hitting the Wyman.
You have initiative control, you can make your opponent first.
Yeah, it's nice to make them go first, especially against Stark. They may have a ward or something, so it's nice to...
That's why I opened Wither and Cold. Normally in previous tournaments I opened a lot with Late Summer Feast. In most of my games at Nationals I opened Wither and Cold to slow my opponent tempo down a bit.
Okay.
To avoid them from kneeling out. Unless they don't kneel anything out. You know. And then if they don't kneel anything out, you just Reigns and get out of it anyway, right? Reigns out of it. Otherwise it's wasted.
So,
I've got robbed, so I don't need to Reigns out of it unless I can't stand my board somehow. You know,
like if someone has spiked your Wyman.
Yeah, that could be annoying. It would have been nice to get Wyman out on the Wither and Cold turn, because I could just sacrifice the charge to Wyman to more challenges. I'm very aware my voice is deep at the moment, because I've got a cold and a sore throat from Nationals.
In contrast to Saturday morning, anybody at Nationals who spoke to Richard Saturday morning would have been very entertained, wouldn't they, Richard?
No.
Can I play the voice clip?
No.
Why not?
Let's concentrate on the game. People are here to watch a spoiler video.
Richard lost his voice Saturday morning because we went out to karaoke drinking on the Friday night.
Cool story, bro. So have you not marshalled anything? You just...
No, I've just put something into shadows.
Oh.
What could that be?
Is it Queen's Guard? Are you going to Queen's Guard Eerie?
I don't think so. However, I've only got 2 gold, so it can't be Egon.
Oh.
Dun dun dun.
I know what you're going to do.
What's that?
The only way you could get through this is if you have Kotho.
I don't know what you're on about.
And if you had a flea bottom target for Kotho, you know, for discarding 2 cards, that's even better. So with Kotho in mind, maybe discarding the second Sons as well, let's go in for a military for 8.
Ah, so that's why you went in with such a big military. I said it got unopposed. I figure I might as well get some power to try and steal back off of you. And I don't mind too much if Eerie dies.
She dead now.
It means that I can save my surprise attack for when you've finished all of yours.
Yes, what a surprise.
Yeah, you have no idea what's going on. Well, you could do an intrigue here. Although, I don't really know what you'd play if you're ranged. I don't know if there's anything really that would bother me.
If you jump out Kotho, get out Missandei, Second Son, or Freedmen or whatever, then I could just get hit for a power claim and intrigue claim, plus I'd have nothing standing if you don't do a military. So maybe I do an intrigue and just get out the Withering Cold.
Yeah, makes sense.
There's nothing on your board now at all, not even Meereen.
However, it's kind of tempting to let you just be stuck in the Withering Cold, considering your board's now.
I do have a standy location.
You do?
Which can do a standy. But it would also mean with Rob out, you will not military me.
So I'm discarding 2 cards from hand, which is the Second Sons and Missandei, to put Kotho out.
Oh.
Missandei just hits the board because that's what she does when she's discarded from hand. So I've gone from 0 characters to 2 plus the Second Sons in my discard pile. And this is going to let me flea bottom them in afterwards, so that I've got a nice strong board after having nothing on there, which is one of the bullshit things about Targ at the moment.
Well,
I mean,
it's just really, really good tempo. But I'm just glad they're not giving any of the characters keywords.
Yeah.
Because that would make them really, really strong. But at the moment, they manage to get extreme tempo advantages, but they don't really have keywords.
So I've put them out, but not defended, because I want to be able to hit back. And also, I kind of want you to get out of the Withering Cold. Although your board's all now, it's a little bit annoying. And at least it means that I can use my locations and things and not worry too much.
Yeah.
So I've got the 4 cards at the bottom there, which are my hand, and just being aware that the top card there is my shadow card.
Maybe I could take that for claim.
Which Richard's very aware of, and, you know...
I'm thinking about my rain trigger here.
I know. So, looking at the rains first...
I think I want to get out of Withering Cold, because if you don't do a military...
Play Red Wedding for me. I won't mind.
I must be dumb to do that.
So you've played Wheels Within Wheels. And
yep, it's a soft plot. It gives me better reserve and take me out of Withering Cold. And essentially, I draw a card, hopefully.
I like one of the things... Oh, Winter's coming on that one. One of the things that I've seen you do a few times is you'll do a challenge... with a wolf.
Yeah.
And then you will play with Wheels Within Wheels to go and get a taste of flesh and then kill an opposing character.
Or Tears of Lys.
Or Tears, yeah, which have both been really interesting and slightly terrifying plays. Having played against you with this so many times, I now know not to defend against a challenge that I'm not 100% sure I can win.
Yeah.
Your claim, though, for intrigue, you take the second Kotho out of my hand and that goes into my discard pile.
You refused my intrigue claim of Shadows card.
No, you tried. But no, my Shadows card gets to stay in Shadows. So I think that's all your challenges done, unless you're going to use Northern Armoury, which doesn't look like you are, so I'm using my flea bottom here. to go and grab the second sons. Going to go in with the power first. Makes sense, right? Yeah, power first. Yes, unopposed and claim. With our nice luminous pink weird Botley cards. Not Botley, Bolton tokens even.
Bolton tokens, yeah.
They're a very bizarre shade of pink.
There's a lot of people that think these new Targ mechanics are a bit overpowered. I mean, you started with an Iri who died and 2 gold, then suddenly you've got Kotho and Missandei, second sons, fighting on your side. And yeah, a lot of people think that's too strong, especially now you have Hizdar Zoloak, who can discard a card to give you a reduction of 3 on a various array of action. And with Meereen as well, it just gives you 3 cards for free. So it speeds you up really quickly.
Meereen and Queensguard's insane. It's just like...
It's really powerful.
Yeah, it's like you're losing the cards anyway, so why not discard 3 cards to stand Drogo 3 times and get 3 renown in one go?
That's the ideal scenario. Because Drogo has renown and he's loyal, so breaking ties can't just get rid of him once he's got a lot of power on him. Although Dario can be really strong if you're pushing aggressively. He can take your opponent's allies. And get renown himself. He can do that. Imagine if they got a board full of allies and you don't get him 3 times.
They're quite good against Martell and Tyrell to an extent for allies and companions and things to go and steal.
Yeah, they do have quite a few.
So I decided not to do the military there because I figured if I do the military, although I'll get an unopposed, Richard would then get Dom.
That'll speed the game up, which might be in your favour at this stage. You would have been 7-3 rather than 6-2. Almost halfway towards winning.
No, because I wouldn't... Would I have won Dom and... No, I can't have won Dom and done the military because he'd stand your board with Rob.
But you would have got unopposed.
Yeah, so I'd have gotten an unopposed military, but then you'd have got Dom, so we'd have both gained 1.
Yeah, so
whereas by not doing the military... By not doing the military, I won Dom. So it's 6-2.
Oh, right.
Instead of 6-3, which makes a lot more sense.
All right. I get you.
Yeah.
I'm with you, finally.
Good. Glad you're paying attention, love.
Right, darling.
Okay, so that's the first round over then, and on to our second round plots. We've got a Time of Plenty into a Late Sun Feast. So both drawing 3 cards there. I'm feeling quite happy with my my board at the moment. I've got a nice economy.
Yeah, because it looks inferior, but we know that it's not.
Yeah, because Aegon's in Shadows, so he's going to come out at some point.
Oh, it's Aegon, is it? Not Queen.
Oh, no, I wasn't saying that.
Not Hired Assassin.
Well, you know who it is, because you've already played this game. There is a card in Shadows that may or may not be Aegon. There you go. Which probably is Aegon.
Aegon is really popular.
He's very good.
Now, I've got a card in Shadows. So if that card is Hired Assassin...
What does that do again?
You can pay 2 to bring the Hired Assassin out of Shadows. Choose another Shadows card. Look at it. If it's a character, you may place it in that player's dead pile.
Yeah, that's not very nice.
Nah, it's not
What
very
faction's that? Is that neutral?
Targ.
Oh, it's Targ. Okay.
Targaryens. So I've marshalled Number Loyalist for 3. Trigger the action and draw 2 cards. Which is cool, I guess, as long as he doesn't get killed. But it's okay, I have other claims sake. So I'm really spreading wide with my board.
Not worried about a wildfire or anything then?
Wildfire, no. I built your deck, so I know it's got VD. So, VD me if you like. Whatever.
Trying to tempt out my VD, are you? An award, which I didn't want to see. Makes my board a lot more vulnerable.
Yeah, it's just a little bit of pressure. Make the military claim bite a bit more. Although I've got a feeling you're going to get Aegon, Dario and Second Sons out.
Yeah. Be nice, wouldn't it?
No. Not especially.
I think it'd be wonderful. So playing a Queensguard there on Kotho.
Ouch.
And saving... It looks like I'm going to save 5 gold.
Well, that's dangerous. That's enough for Aegon, enough for Flea Bottom.
Yeah.
And a gold to spare. I assume you're also going to Meereen.
With Queen's Guard out, then yeah, definitely going to Meereen in the Challengers phase.
But that's a dangerous thing, because I'm the first player. And so Meereen, at the end of the phase, you discard your card, but also at the end of the phase, if you trigger Aegon, the card that you get will also come back to hand. And because at the end of the phase is at the same, obviously, 2 things at the same time, the first player decides between the 2.
Yeah. That's the only downside. However, I've got an Isle of Ravens out, so if I'm really that bothered about it, I can always shuffle the card back into the deck. Yeah,
so if it was Dario, for example, you can shuffle him back into the deck and then trigger another Aegon later in the game.
Exactly.
That's not bad.
So with this one, so basically I thought, I should probably get a Dothraki Honor Guard. That'd be a sensible play because they're really strong. But then I thought, Missandei's a companion. If I get Dario, I can steal my Missandei back for the round. So I got a little bit excited about this because this is, after all, not a big tournament game. So I thought I won't do like the most sensible thing at this point. I'm going to grab a Dario. So I got my Dario. So I'm going to try and steal my Missandei back, which I thought was it's like banter play.
You're going for banter.
Banter play.
Well,
not the smartest play maybe, but maybe a banter play.
A banter play, fine.
I did think as well, like, I'm going to get Second Sons out, and Second Sons are quite strong for power anyway, so
at least you got a big intrigue icon. So you can, make sure I don't trigger Reigns if you want.
Yeah. Although, I don't know, it's not like you're going to wildfire your own board, is it?
Probably not. Not with that Umber Loyalist there.
So we've got a military challenge coming in from Rob and Shaggy Dog.
Not ideal on a late summer feast turn, but I don't think I'm going to get through an intrigue challenge.
Not at this point.
Let's see if I can tempt you to defend or clear a character off your board.
I think I'm going to need to defend it. I've got enough sand that it's okay to do so.
Yeah, I need to go in with both, otherwise you just defend with Kotho.
Yeah.
And then stand him again. So I need to make sure you kneel 2 characters. If
yeah,
I only go with Rob, you could just kneel Dario or Second Son, which doesn't do me any favours really.
Yeah. Because I've still got the Plaza of Pride as well, so I don't mind too much, but I'd have preferred to have saved it, for later on.
Yeah, you've already Meereened. So either way, you can stand Kotho 3 times. So why not use him?
Yeah. Yeah. And I can stand, another character once. So I've got 3 stands worth of cards in my hand.
Yeah. Nice. OP.
So you've used Bran there to give Shaggy Dog an intrigue icon. And you're doing the intrigue there with Danella, Shaggy Dog, and my own Missandei. Thanks. Which is a really annoying number because it's just enough that I need to defend with more.
Yeah.
So I'm going to discard a Flea Bottom to stand Kotho.
Triggering Queen's Guard. So yeah, so I went in with 8, so if you tried to defend with Aegon, well, you need to use one of the other 2.
Yeah. So I'm going to have to defend with Kotho and Dario.
You're defending with both, which surprised me a little bit at the time, because you want to use Dario on offense.
But I can restand him with Plaza, so...
If you've got a 4-cost card or higher, which maybe you have now.
I may or may not have another Dario in hand.
Gotcha.
So you're using your Northern Army there to restand Rob. And this is going to let you do the power challenge. You've not done that yet, have you?
See, what I really need on the board here is Grey Wind. So I could use the Armory to stand Grey Wind after maybe using the Intimidate and then bite the Chud and stand my board.
Yeah. So doing a power challenge here with Rob and the Winterfell Druid. I'm going to let that go unopposed because I want to get my challenges back at you. Although, I think I forgot to take my Late Summer Feast card, didn't
I? You might not have wanted to because you'd have to discard it at the
end
of the turn.
Well, I'd have wanted to because then I could have used Queen Guard 3 times and the Plaza. So actually, yeah, I think... and that's a forced reaction.
Wow.
Oh,
Yeah, but you don't have to take it.
I don't have to take it, but I should.
So obviously you decided not to.
Ha!
You discarded a Nightmares.
Yeah.
Did you have a gold? You did have a gold.
Yes, but I wanted the gold for something else. Oh no, that was it. So I could either Nightmares or I could stand Kotho.
Ah, okay.
So that's why I should have taken the Late Summer Feast card.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Because then I would have been able to stand Kotho and use the Nightmares.
Sure.
So I'm doing a power with Aegon. You're defending with the Ember Loyalist, so I win that and take the claim. I'm now doing a military with Kotho and Dario because I was like, yay, this is going to be really fun. I'm going to steal my Missandei back. You pay a gold and reveal a new card.
Spoiler card.
Spoiler card. There she is.
Alright, so I've triggered it and let's read it out. So we have Mira Reed. 2 cost to Marshall. She's a Bicon military intrigue with 1 strength. She is loyal and unique. House Reed, lady. Shadow 1 with stealth. Reaction: after a start character you control is sacrificed, return Mira Reed to Shadows. Another reaction: after Mira Reed comes out of Shadows, choose a character. Until the end of the phase, treat it as if its printed text box were blank, except for traits. Card designed by 2010 Castle Starlight champion Andrea Gualdoni.
Yeah, so that's our spoiler card then. We've got a Mira Reed for you.
She's back.
She is back, yeah. So a lot of first edition players will remember her. She was quite a popular card in the first edition.
Yeah, people said she was broken in first edition.
She's been nerfed slightly, from what I've heard.
Yeah.
But her reaction did mean that when she came out of Shadows, she blanked my Dario, which meant that I couldn't steal my Missandei back. And Richard took her for claim, which is a little bit annoying, but never mind. Also, at the end of the phase here, you can just see that I've had to discard my hand. Dario went back to hand before Meereen as Richard's choice as first player.
Yep.
So I just got the Meereen cards back. So that's just what was happening on the board. But let's have a little look back at Mira Reed and some of the ways that we can use her then. So as you can see, Richard's got the Amber Loyalist on the board. So this is going to be really, really handy with Mira Reed. If you can get the right combinations off, you can play your Amber Loyalist, draw your 2 cards. And then if you can get your timings right, you can use Mira to blank your Amber Loyalist before he's possibly sacrificed or something like that.
Or choose him for claim.
Or choose him for claim, yeah. Which means that if he's blank, you won't need to actually discard those 2 cards from hand. So they're a nice little interaction. She obviously works really well with Wyman, which is why I got told off for accidentally heads on spiking Wyman in the first turn.
Yeah, god damn it.
Sorry.
But yeah, she's going to be a real thorn in the opponent's side with Wyman and Flea Bottom, because you can just Flea Bottom her in every round, blank a character of your choice on the board, use her stealth in a challenge to help push through the challenge you want to push through, and then you can sacrifice at some point to stand Wyman and draw a card, maybe trigger Rob, whatever, and then she's back in your discard pile to use again with Flea Bottom every round. Or you could sack a different character and return her to Shadows if you prefer.
Let's say you've got a trouble character on the board. You know, she's great to sort of chuck into Shadows and bring out immediately.
Yeah.
Only 1 gold to bring out of Shadows as well, which is fantastic. It's really
cheap.
easy to save a gold. So we were trying to think about a few different cards that we'd like to see to be able to play her against. So the things that we were thinking of would be, for example, if a Martell player marshalled brought in a Shadow City Bastard from the Flea Bottom pile.
Yeah.
You could then bring Mira out of Shadows and blank the Shadow City Bastard, which means that they wouldn't be able to be sacrificed to remove your icons, but because they're not being sacrificed, they're not going back in the Flea Bottom pile. So this is really nice. We can get it out off the board.
Yeah, she's really useful to take as an action because her blanking is a reaction. So if someone brings something out with Flea Bottom and then need to take an action to do their ability, then Mira can jump in, react, and blank them before they can use it.
Exactly.
But if the example is Ario Hotar coming out to remove someone from the challenge, that would not happen because Ario is a reaction to him entering play, and then Mira, by the time you could use her action, it would be too late.
Yeah.
I mean, there are downsides to Mira. Not many, but she is one strength that can be relevant in some matchup. You wouldn't want to play Targaryen running Pyro Dany.
Yeah.
Or Blood of the Dragon, because she would die.
Just a little note, you're actually using Mira's ability here on the board. So you've marshalled Wyman, sacrificed a Chud to draw a card, and then put Mira back into Shadows. So that means she's prepped and ready now for during the Challenges phase. If you want to go and be mean and blank someone, you can just do that at any point because you've saved 2 gold to be able to do that. And that 2 gold is quite nice as well. It means you've got the Mira, plus you can use that on your flea bottom too if needed.
Yeah, it means I can jump Mira out, trigger Mira, use her stealth, sacrifice her with Wyman to draw a card and stand whatever I need to stand, then flea bottom her back in, use her trigger again.
Yeah. So you could essentially blank 2 characters this turn if you wanted to. Unfortunately, I don't have many characters here that you would want to really blank. But for example, if I had out a Drogo or something like that, there's no like cost restriction or strength restriction or anything like that. So she could blank anyone when she comes out of Shadows.
She used to be able to blank a non-plot card, I believe.
Oh, wow, okay. So it could have been
in
locations as well.
Or attachments, yeah. Whereas now she narrower in scope, so she can only hit characters.
I think that's still really strong though.
And I believe the other reaction, it is after a start character you control is sacrificed, return her to Shadows. Where I believe it was before when they leave play, so it could have been from killed or sacrificed or discarded.
So good cards to use her with then would be things like Wyman is the obvious one because you're getting your card draw with him anyway. But we've also got Jon Snow, where you can sacrifice a character to stand a character, so we can use that to help trigger her. Things like Fallen from Favour in the plot phase,
that's true.
You could use that too. So there are a few different ways to
North
get the sacrifice. North Members, perfect, yeah. So there are a few different options, but with Wyman being so big and important at the moment in the meta anyway, it just makes sense to be using her with Wyman. Although saying that, we do have some Nationals games where one player who did quite well couldn't find his Wyman, so put in a John as a substitute or something.
Oh, that was David Kennedy from Glasgow.
Yeah, so I guess he could have, he could use the mirror there and the Jon Snow little interaction.
I think Jon Snow was very useful, being discarded to reserve every game. He's no Wyman.
Oh dear, he's definitely not as good as Wyman.
I guess another issue with Mira is that you need the board date to be able to use her, or to trigger the reaction, because essentially, after a start character you control is sacrificed, if you return her to Shadows, you're losing 2 characters from your board. So you need to be able to have a board to support that. You can't just do that with 2 or 3 characters on the board, of course. So you need to be able to, support that with the board date. And at the moment, my board date, I can support that. I've got plenty of characters.
Yeah, plus your flea bottom as well. Another little thing that she's quite good with is blanking your own characters, because there are some characters that have negative text boxes. So, for example, let's say you're trying to do your Reigns trigger and you're going with Sansa and you've got 3 characters in the dead pile. You could then bring out Mira Reed from Shadows, blank Sansa, and suddenly her strength is 4. You could use it on Hodor, for example. If you don't have Bran on the board and you want to be able to attack with him, you can blank your Hodor, so you've now got a 4 strength body that you can use to attack.
They're really good points, actually, yeah. They are good. I hadn't considered either of those, but yeah.
The other one I was thinking of as well is if you've got a Bolt and Flare out and you're struggling to have those higher cost characters, if your opponent has got high cost characters and you're going to have to sacrifice one of your own, again you could bring out the Mira Reed if you wanted to blank your Bolt and Flare.
Nice.
Because she's until the end of the phase, whereas the other ones like the Bolt and Flare is when. So you can use it there.
Also good. She
can also be quite fun as a bartering chip in melee, I think. So she's got a fun interaction with the Second Sons, I feel. Second Sons is when the Challenger's phase ends, they go into the discard pile, unless you discard a gold from them. So you could bargain with another person's, sort of say, okay, well, I'll blank your Second Sons for you so you can keep that body on the board. If needed, so you can sort of use it as a bit of a bartering chip. You can use it again, like to sort of say, I won't blank your Randall if you don't do this or something. So it's quite a nice little way to use in melee too.
Melee, lol. So you can see there, I brought Mira Reed out of Shadows to blank the Umber Loyalist. You chose him for claim. So when he left play, I didn't have to discard 2 cards.
Did you choose him for claim or did you sacrifice him? I feel like it's in the sacrifice.
Either way, he's gone. Yeah, you might not have done a military against me.
I do just want to point out a couple of bits about this round. So at this point, at the beginning of the round, I played Retaliation to Richard's Close Call. So Close Call was played by Richard because he did have another Wyman in hand that he'd drawn up. And it made sense to Close Call Wyman so that he could then play him that turn. On my side of the board, it would have made sense to me to do Ballad or Hydus. However, so that we could just sort of show these interactions a bit better with you, for you, I decided to play a different plot. So I'd like to just, basically, I'm just trying to say, I don't play this badly normally. I was trying to give the opportunity to show off Meera in all her glory.
Wow.
Just wanted to say, you know.
And the art looks really nice on the card. It basically looks like a touched up version of the original. Yeah,
I was saying that. So we brought up the old copy.
It basically looks more in HD.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. And of course, as usual, after the video's been up for a little while, we'll post the spoiler image for you.
Probably do that tomorrow night, I guess.
Yeah.
So I have used Queensguard to send Kotho there. And I've used my Plaza as well. There's freedmen in the discard pile. So if I win a challenge by 5, I could put them into play. And then the intrigue claim there of another Queensguard.
Here's another Meera interaction. I've flipped into Breaking Ties. Meera is loyal. So, yeah. Now I can not only use her to reduce my opponent's board state, but I can flea bottom her in and do it again, as well as getting her blanking trigger.
Unfortunately, I've not got that many characters that you're bothered about blanking in this game.
No.
Most of my characters are, you know, reactions and interrupts and stuff like that. But, you know, it should be better against...
You've not been very helpful in that regard, Rebecca.
I'm sorry. But imagine her against Tyrell. Do your military, bring her out of shadows and blank their Tindermarge after they've said unopposed.
That'd be amazing. I've recently discovered how amazing Bolton Flayer is against Tyrell Wars. Like, the Bolton Flayer just likes to kill left and right, which is amazing. Especially because he cannot be saved. So, yeah, I've got a newfound love for the Flayer.
So just a quick note, I'm doing a power challenge there. You brought Meera Reed out and decided to blank the second Suns and then sent it back to hand anyway. Now this is where I have a proper blonde moment. So, Kotho's been sent back to hand with the Queensguard that was attached to him, plus the second Suns. I now have Kotho and 2 Targ cards in hand. What would be a sensible play here?
Just guard them to Meereen at the end of the phase, rather than jump him in.
Yeah, that would be smart, wouldn't it? Maybe I should put my Kotho out and discarded 2 cards.
I'm like, honestly, come on, at the end of the phase, put them away.
It's your fault. I'm going to blame you for confusing me. So what I should have done here, as I'm so eloquently putting, is put Kotho into play, discarding the other 2 cards that you very kindly sent back to hand for me. Instead, like a total dork, I have decided just to discard all of them with my Meereen. And
I had basically forgotten that Queensguard goes back to your hand.
Okay.
Not only is it non-unique, it's not terminal either.
No.
It is quite expensive, but it's very, very good.
So I think this is quite a big mistake for me. I think I might not have swung the game, but it certainly made my game a lot easier if I had thought to have done that. And that wasn't even me just trying to be nice for your game. That was me just being a plonker.
Oh dear. You would say in a normal tournament game, though, Valar just wrecks my board.
Yeah.
And then I need to build again.
So because I was really nice and didn't Valar you last time, maybe I should just Valar you this game, right? This round.
I'm just guarding 5 cards to reserve because, you know, Wyman and Umber Loyalist.
And Breaking Ties.
And Breaking Ties.
With low reserve.
It might have been worth it. Your board's nice and small now.
Mm-hmm.
Normally, honestly, I'd normally wait till after the VD, after a reset.
What, for Breaking Ties?
Yeah. That way it's much more impactful.
But we wanted to show off how we could use Meera with Breaking Ties and Flea Bottom.
Yes, basically.
So I've gone for VD. because I thought, sod this, you're getting too far ahead. I want to make it look like I can at least play vaguely well, even though I forgot Kotho.
And I thought, well, you're definitely going to march. You're definitely going to play VD here. I might as well march.
Yep. So I figured I'd march Egon just in case I find another one. I can use his action again. Because I figure you're probably not going to keep Rickon.
Yeah. And then when you got rid of Egon, I thought, maybe you've got another one. So I'll keep Rickon around.
Never mind. I didn't actually have another one. I was just hoping I'd find one.
Oh.
And he's only
well, I know you didn't. You had no cards, right?
No, I have my Marine cards.
Oh, they came back.
Well, yes, they come back at some point, right?
I always forget that. When you see an opponent with 0 cards in hand at the end of the challenge phase, I kind of go forward and I think, no card. And then suddenly, the next marshalling phase, I've got 6 cards in hand or something. And I'm like, what?
So Grey Wind is going to do a lot of work against my Border Chuds.
You're bored of 1 chud.
My Border Chuds.
You're bored of 1 chud.
Might have more Chuds.
Maybe. Marshal a freedman for me. Grey Wind likes freedmen. And I've got Bran. And I've got Rickon. So this means I can chow down on Chicky, stand Grey Wind with Bran, chow down on Rickon, stand my board if it's nil, chow down on another chud, stand Grey Wind with Bran again.
Thanks, hun. Thanks. Where's Mira? Is she in the discard pile at the moment?
Yes.
Okay.
And this is one of the most fun things about Start Reigns for me. When you get challenge phases, which is all about how many times you can stand Grey Wind. When your opponent's got a board of low-cost characters, and you've got Grey Wind, Bran, Northern Armories, Rob, then that's the most fun bit.
For you, maybe.
Definitely.
So I was thinking of putting out a bigger character, but then I was a bit worried that everything's going to get chomped, so I thought I'd put out a couple of smaller ones instead.
Well, they're definitely going to get eaten.
I know. If I just remember the Kotho, my board would be in a much better position. Never mind. So I've got 1 gold, so I can still flea bottom in, so I can get in a second sons. But you do have first action, so need to let you take that option if you want. God, I wish I was running Vel-RM. Look at that Rob.
Yeah, he's a good candidate for death by now.
So chomping down on one of the dragons. And then my action. Am I going to bother with the flea bottom now? Looks like I'm not.
See, I've got to do a challenge with somebody. I've got to get Rob nil, otherwise it's not worth fighting Rickon to stand my board.
Yeah. So I decided to go and grab the second sons to block the military. I feel like I don't want my entire board wiped.
Yeah, I mean, I want to win the power challenges now. Military, not so dangerous.
Well, I feel quite happy with the power because I've got second sons and I've got Chicky to try and defend. So I've got 8 strength for power.
Yeah, I've got, potentially unopposed renown. I've got Winter is coming in hand.
Oh, wow, okay.
I'm not sure whether I'll use it or not. Rickon gets bit.
And that stands your board
Grey
again.
Wind stands. The Grey Wind can now kill Jicky.
Yeah.
And I can flea bottom Mira with stealth.
You could, yeah. So, I feel like you messed up a little bit at this point.
I just wanted to get Tricon Grey Wind. That was one of my main motivations this round. I want just look.
You just wanted to show off all your icons.
A dog with a military icon, intrigue icon, and a power icon.
So you do the power of just Rob, which I think is a really, really silly decision.
Yeah, I forgot that you had Plaza of Pride. I should have just gone in with both. Intimidated the dragon down.
So I'm discarding Missandei because she's dead anyway, and defending the power challenge for the second sons.
I'm like, for God's sakes.
Yeah.
How did I make second at Nationals?
Casual brag.
Humble brag.
I'm bringing in a flea bottom target here. So bringing Mira back in. Again, I'm not 100% sure you need to do that. It might be better to save her for later.
But now I can trigger range.
Oh, that's true.
So, yeah.
Okay, I'll take it back.
Because I can stealth the dragon and go in with both, I can trigger range. And,
but what would you want to trigger now?
Well, I'm going to want to stand something and win Dom, maybe.
Okay.
Jump out of March, slightly better reserve. Maybe power behind the throne.
Yeah, so you've done the intrigue with Mira and Greywind, stealthing Rhaegal. Also blanking Rhaegal, although his text isn't particularly relevant at the moment.
Shush now.
Probably better to blank Rhaegal than any of the other characters on the board, though, to be fair. Hitting the Dothraki Honor Guard.
Intimidating Rhaegal.
Intimidate Rhaegal.
I think I've had my fun with Mira now. She can go to the bottom of the deck.
Yeah.
We showcased her quite nicely.
If you do say so yourself.
Yeah.
Was there anything else that you wanted to talk about with Mira?
Not really. She's got a nice icon pairing, military and intrigue. Stark have gotten a few of those lately with Arya Stark and the Bolton Flayer. They were hurting for intrigue icon. But now, yeah, Mira's got stealth.
The stealth is nice.
It's really good, isn't it?
And if you're struggling to get her back, let's say she's in the discard pile or something, there is always Jane Paul that you can sacrifice to go and grab Mira. If you just want to be back in the play situation.
Yeah.
So even if you don't run Flea Bottom, you could always use your Jane Paul to go and grab Mira.
I think Mira's going to be really, really annoying.
What would you take out of your current deck to put her in then?
Don't know, maybe an Arya.
Okay. How many Arya do you run?
2.
So you'd go down to 1 Arya to put a Mira in?
Yeah, I think that's fair.
Yeah?
Yeah. The thing with Mira, I mean, she seems really, really good to play, right? But I can just see it now. I'm going to come up in the tournament, I'm going to play against a Stark deck, and it's going to have Wyman, Mira, and Flea Bottom. And I'm not going to be able to trigger my Rob any round ever. It's just going to be really annoying.
Yeah.
It's going to be Shadow City Bastard, Flea Bottom annoying. And everybody hates that combo, right?
Yep. Definitely. Although Martell's not been as prevalent recently.
Well, that's because they're a bit boring. I mean, they just kind of meander through, win some challenges here, and then Duran's game, which isn't really fun to play against. And playing with it, I don't know, it must get boring after a while.
Yeah.
And Martell Wolf, that's either a lot of play, but that's attrition based.
Martell Wolf made top 16 at Nationals, didn't it?
You did.
So...
Only top 16, Bex.
Yeah.
Did someone knock it out of the top 16?
Yeah. I may have knocked the Martell Wolf out of the top 16.
Humble brag.
I wasn't going to say it. You're the one who brought
led
it
you
up.
into it, I
You
know.
did. I've really struggled in this marshalling phase because I'm a dork. I didn't put Kotho out. Never mind. So I had a Viserys, which I've marshalled, and then Meereen to try and find some more options, and didn't find more options.
You want to know something funny?
Go on.
That Grey Wind that I played out. I did intend to play him out in the round before and dupe my Grey Wind, but I forgot. And so, because I forgot to dupe him, I've got another one to play out.
Moron.
Yeah, I know.
So I've basically given up here. So I just throw a military with the Second Sons. Discard a Plaza of Pride to stand him. And then I'd forgotten to name my Flea Bottom before. So power with the Viserys and Second Sons.
I'm going to do the thing again.
I know.
Stand him loads of times.
Chompy. So you chomp Viserys once to get rid of the dupe. You kneel Bran to get Greywind to give him an intrigue icon. You then use Greywind to chomp Rickon and restand your entire board using Rob's ability. And then you decide to be a dick and chomp Viserys. And then you can defend the power challenge with Rob and Bran. And that gets you to 13. And the unopposed military will get you to 14. I feel like you could have done that better and actually won the game if you just let something go through unopposed. But I think you were just getting excited about doing lots of challenges.
I like to do the whole grey wind thing.
Yeah. Yeah, because you only needed like 12, right?
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, sorry, you was on 12, so you needed like 3.
Yeah,
you could definitely have won that turn if you'd have
I just wanted to eat
unopposed.
Viserys.
You just wanted to eat Viserys?
Yeah.
Right.
You know what? I had a game with Isian at Nationals. It was on camera, so I won't talk too much about it. But the amount of grey wind nails I did in that game is impressive.
Well, I'll look forward to editing and commentating on it then.
It's good. I look forward to seeing that game.
Okay.
I think that was the top 8 game.
Shh, don't give too much away.
Yeah, I think it was.
So, I've played You Win, You Die, and you've played Political Disaster, you bastard.
Haven't you already published a list with all the decks that are being played?
Only to our patrons.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. Patron privilege. They get to know what's coming up.
Do Patreon see this video first? Or do you just post it?
I was post video. Although I did heavily hint to the patrons that there was a spoiler video coming out and what might be in it.
Ah, so they'll be ready for it. Cool.
So yeah, just want to take the opportunity to say thank you to all the patrons, seeing as we're already on the topic.
They're a good bunch, aren't they?
Yeah, right.
A very supportive bunch.
Oh, by the way, actually, while I remember, for a minute. Yes, for next month, September now, right?
Yeah, where are you going with this? Come on,
James
spit it
Parsons is doing a charity event. Is it Veterans of the Riverlands? So, yeah, if you are about on the date, which I'm about to quickly double check, because
around the 10th?
Around
9th? 9th of
One
September.
second. I'll find it. It'll be fine. I got this.
Everything will be good.
Everything will be good.
When Rebecca sorts her shit out.
Yeah.
Maybe it's the 8th. 9th. I think it's Sunday the 9th.
It's Sunday the 9th, yeah. Sunday the 9th of September. You've got Veterans of the Riverlands tourney at Eclectic Games. So they're like... James has shown me the amount of prize support and it's absolutely insane. So if you're around and you want a ridiculous amount of alt arts, including, you may have seen the battle cards that I've donated the artwork for. Yeah, there's like a ridiculous amount of prize support to be gotten.
Hopefully we can donate get some money for charity.
Yeah. Well, that's what it's all about, right?
Yeah.
You get money, so yes, if you're free, go and check it out. Get some cool prizes.
I'm really lamenting my killing of Rickon now in this game. God damn it, why didn't I keep him alive, the poor little sod?
Yeah, it's my Win or You Die turn. I've managed to get an egg on with a Dario. I'm assuming I'm going to flea bottom in a Second Sons, because that just seems to make sense. Yeah, there we go. And I've lost this turn, so I'm just going to like... I just want to make a challenge.
You're going to attack me.
And then last challenge of the game, and we'll wrap this up.
What you got? Show me what you got.
You like begging. Like, please don't attack me, Rebecca. So yeah. Screw you, man.
I'm pretty sure at this stage you're like, rah.
I did actually go rah.
You're definitely a rah.
So, the military for 12, you just defend with everyone and win on the renown.
Yay.
Hey!
I win. That's the important thing we take from this video. We also had a spoiler, which was cool. And yeah, anything else you want to say, Rebecca?
Not really. Thanks everyone as always for supporting the channel. If you do want to support it, you can do so at patreon.com/The White Walkers. And I'm already in the midst of editing all of the Nationals videos, so I'll be getting them out as soon as I possibly can.
Fantastic.
So we'll see you next time, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Goodbye.
Bye.